Top 10 guns only idiots will buy. Buyer beware. Taurus Spectrum. At first glance, the Taurus Spectrum looks sleek, modern, even a little stylish with its rounded edges and color twismization options. It was marketed as a concealed carry gun for the modern user, a sort of iPhone of the firearm world. But in reality, this pistol is more like a low-budget tech gadget that looks cool but barely works. The Spectrum suffers from some serious functional issues. Light primer strikes, failure to feed, and just an overall mushy, unreliable trigger pull that feels like squeezing a wet sponge. Many users have reported the gun randomly failing to fire altogether, which, let's be honest, defeats the entire purpose of having a defensive firearm. And while Taurus has improved their quality control in recent years, the Spectrum remains one of the company's most notorious missteps. Jennings J22. The Jennings J22 is one of those guns that people pick up for dirt cheap and then regret faster than an impulse gas station burrito. Made primarily from zinc alloy, yes, the same stuff used in toy cars, this pistol was marketed as an affordable entry into the firearms world. But what you're really buying is a masterclass in mechanical failure. The J22 is notorious for misfires, stovepipes, and feeding issues that make it practically unusable without extensive tuning and luck. And don't even get us started on the takedown process. It's like defusing a bomb while blindfolded. Even worse, its safety mechanism is known to be finicky, and in some cases it can fire just from being dropped. That's right, it's not just unreliable, it's potentially dangerous. Raven MP25. Ah yes, the Raven MP25, a true icon of what not to buy. This pocket-sized .25 ACP pistol was all the rage in the 70S and 80S, especially in low-income areas where cost was king. But there's a reason it's often referred to as a Saturday night special. It's cheap, poorly made, and about as dependable as a politician's promise. The MP25 is known for its brittle materials, lackluster accuracy, and a slide that feels like it was cast from recycled soda cans. Users have reported catastrophic failures, including the gun literally cracking or breaking under minimal stress. It's also painfully small, with controls so tiny and stiff they might as well be designed for ants. This isn't a firearm you'd trust in a high-stakes moment. It's more like a novelty item you keep around to remind yourself what bad engineering looks like. Bottom line, leave the Raven in the past where it belongs. Brico Model 59. The Brico Model 59 is like that friend who talks big but folds under pressure. Chambered in 9mm, it was advertised as an affordable handgun with decent stopping power. But here's the problem. Brico didn't get the memo that reliable function is non-negotiable when you're dealing with firearms. The Model 59 is plagued with jamming issues, a slide that feels like it's grinding sand, and parts that wear out faster than cheap shoes. It's also awkwardly bulky for what it's supposed to be, making concealed carry laughably impractical. Numerous users have cited safety concerns, including the disturbing possibility of accidental discharges due to poor internal design. If you're thinking about betting your life on this gun working when it matters, you're taking a risk that's just not worth it. Don't let the price tag fool you. Sometimes cheap is just caracol. On paper, the Car-Cal F was supposed to be a game changer, designed with input from a former Glock engineer. It featured a low-bore axis, unique sight system, and modern styling, but what looked good in theory turned into a nightmare in reality. The Car-Cal F faced major safety recalls, including one model so faulty it was advised to be returned and not replaced, but destroyed. That's right, the manufacturer didn't want to fix the problem. They wanted to erase the gun from existence. Reports of slides cracking and catastrophic failure under normal use were enough to tank its reputation worldwide. Despite having a sleek design and some clever innovations, it just couldn't deliver the reliability or safety standards needed for serious use. This is a clear example of overpromising and dangerously underdelivering. Avoid it like a lifetime warranty from a shady used car lot. Colt All-American 2000. The Colt All-American 2000 is what happens when a legendary gun company tries too hard to innovate and ends up face-planting in front of its entire fan base. Designed during the early 90s, this polymer-framed 9mm pistol was Colt's ambitious attempt to break into the striker field market. The result? A wildly unreliable handgun with a trigger that felt like pulling a dead fish out of a jar of peanut butter. The accuracy was mediocre, the ergonomics were clunky, and it had a reputation for spontaneous disassembly. Not exactly confidence-inspiring. Colt hoped the All-American would revolutionize their lineup, but instead, it became a cautionary tale in firearm design. The gun was quickly discontinued and is now remembered mostly as a joke among enthusiasts. If you ever find one, maybe keep it as a collector's curiosity, but please don't actually fire it. Charter Arms Explorer 2? You know something's wrong when your gun looks like it was designed by a high school shop class. The Charter Arms Explorer 2 is a semi-auto .22 LR pistol that looks vaguely futuristic, but don't let the sci-fi aesthetic fool you. It performs like a prop gun from a B movie. This firearm is notoriously inaccurate, with a long, awkward barrel that doesn't improve performance one bit. Worse, it's prone to jamming light strikes and inconsistent ejection patterns that can make even plinking at soda cans feel like a frustrating chore. Some owners have joked that the gun is more useful as a conversation piece than a firearm, and honestly, they're not wrong. If you're looking for a reliable .22 pistol, there are dozens of better options out there. Leave the Explorer 2 to the bargain bin where it belongs. Iver Johnson TP22. The Iver Johnson TP22 is a pistol that tries so hard to be a James Bond gun but ends up closer to Mr. Bean. Inspired by the Walther PPK, this compact .22 LR handgun was built with looks in mind, but not much else. It's plagued with extraction issues, weak springs, and a frame that doesn't always hold up well with regular use. Many users report that even with quality ammo, the TP22 simply refuses to run. The trigger is rough, the reset is mushy, and getting through a full magazine without a malfunction is a rare accomplishment. It might look like a sleek backup gun from a spy film, but don't expect it to perform under pressure. If you're considering it for concealed carry or self-defense, just know you're betting on a very sketchy track record. Desert Eagle EA. Now, before you jump in the comments, yes, the Desert Eagle AE is iconic. Yes, it's been in a million movies, but let's get real, this is a range toy, not a practical firearm. We're talking about a pistol that weighs over 4 pounds unloaded and kicks harder than a mule in a bad mood. Chambered in 50 AE, this gun is impractical for self-defense, concealed carry, or anything other than turning heads at the gun range. It's finicky with ammo, requires regular maintenance, and if you limp wrist it even slightly, expect a jam. Unless you're built like The Rock and have a Hollywood budget for ammo, owning this gun makes more noise than sense. It's cool in theory, but in practice, it's more trouble than it's worth. Mac 11. The Mac 11 is the definition of cool factor over common sense. This tiny machine pistol looks intimidating, but functionally, it's a nightmare. Designed to spit out 380 ACP rounds at an absurdly high rate, it's nearly uncontrollable unless you have training a stock and a lot of room. And let's not forget, most civilian Mac 11S are semi-automatic, which ruins their only real appeal, full auto fire. The accuracy is laughable, the ergonomics are a disaster, and they're typically made with minimal quality control. Plus, they're often associated with criminal use, which doesn't exactly help your case at the range or in a legal sense. Buying a Mac 11 might sound fun until you realize you've basically bought a chunky, inaccurate, range-limited paperweight. There are better ways to blow through ammo. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe for more no BS firearm breakdowns, and drop a comment below telling us the worst gun you've ever owned or shot. And if you know someone about to buy one of these, maybe share this video and save them from a costly mistake. Stay smart, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next one.